Detroit Lake Foundation established a lake-level committee in 2021. That group was tasked to improve communications with the Army Corps, marinas, and other agencies that work around the lake to keep the community up to date on what's happening on the lake. All agencies are now attending federal lakes meetings 1 to 2 times a year, typically in October and April. This has allowed the community an opportunity to ask questions and stay informed. These meetings are coordinated with the Detroit City Council and ran by the Mayor of Detroit. Along with this, the group meets with the Army Corps once a month throughout the year. In May, the meetings increased to weekly chats to stay up to date on lake-level forecasting. This has greatly increased the ability to forecast when marinas will close. Modeling is tough, though, because in drought years, things can change very quickly. The data needed to make these predictions often doesn't come in until June, and everything is dependent on the water coming in from snowmelt and/or rain. The 2020 wildfire destroyed the tree canopy in Detroit, and the snowmelt happens rapidly and often far earlier than in the past. So the water that typically comes in late spring and early summer is not being captured per the current curve guidelines. The Army Corps operate off of a fill curve that was established in 1952. A lot has changed since this was developed, but yet the water is still managed the same way. The committee has been advocating to change this. Our world is changing. We are experiencing more drought years with less snow and rainfall. Water shortages are being felt all over the West Coast states. Water shortages impact everyone. In the Willamette Valley, it threatens the drinking water supply, agricultural water supply, and our hydropower. Everything is dependent on water. Water shortages increase consumers' water bills. If hydropower is removed, the world will be facing an energy crisis. For consumers, that will mean increased electricity prices and outages. Consumers can't afford these increased costs. The proposed drawdown in a drought year like we are experiencing this year could be disastrous. In July of 2025, we began actively fundraising to hire a lobbying firm to represent us in Washington, D.C. They have been advocating for us and trying to educate the federal government on the potential damage this could do to our community. They have been talking with our local legislators and federal branches of the Army Corps, trying to come up with alternative options. The final decision on the drawdown should be released this month. Despite our best efforts, the drawdown will most likely take place in the winter of 2026. We're hopeful some changes to the proposed drawdown will be implemented, and the damages we saw happen down at Green Peter Reservoir will be avoided. Our efforts have not stopped. We are now advocating for a change in the lake refill curve. Changes take time and continued conversations. Having a voice in Washington, D.C. has been huge. Conversations that once were impossible to have are happening, and folks in D.C. are listening. The lobbying costs are expensive and are solely paid for from the donations we receive through the Detroit Lake Foundation Save the Lake campaign. If this is something you support, please consider making a donation so we can keep moving forward and advocating for our community. The lake is currently at 1,557 feet, 92% from full pool. We still desperately need rain, so pray for rain. Please donate by scanning the QR code or following the link below to help save our lake. Thank you.